Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I'm here today with the next video in this mothing along kind of series, the end-to-end make together moth journal. So I'm going to, I guess, pick up a relatively new signature today that we haven't worked on a whole lot. And I have an exciting reason to be working on this today. So my dear friend Priscilla for Release the Craftin', she's currently hosting, and I'm participating in, if you haven't already heard, Shabby Creep 24, which is all things shabby chic meeting all things creepy and spooky. So she has created some really cool like scientific kind of specimen type kits of all sorts of different things, but one of the kits is Moths in the Closet. Now I have printed a few, this is not even all the pages, it's actually quite a big kit, a few of the beautiful pages here. These are pinned specimens, so you can see the labels underneath them, and it's really cool. And she's got quite a lovely assortment of moths. There are several different pages that have these kind of things, but as with every Release the Craftin' type kit, there's more interesting stuff. So this is a photo emulsion photo of a moth, and then it looks like a slate here as well of a moth scene of these moths kind of landing in what looks like a reflection water or reflecting pool. But this also has me very excited. She did a whole page of these awesome specimen labels. Like, these are, you know, actually ones that have been pinned to specimens. You can even see the pinholes. They're really, really nice. And I love just the all different sizes and all of that. This just does something to my brain that makes me very happy. And then another beautiful page, these goldy, lovely moths. And I love this. This is like a pinned specimen cabinet. And I want to do something with that maybe today. Beautiful big moths. So yeah, look at those. Aren't they amazing? And there's something about them with the little labels that just makes them feel more like they're already ephemera, you know what I mean? Like it's just a cool thing. So let's take a look at what's in here. So we've got this beautiful paper. This is locally made, and there's some things I know I've done already. So I've got to remind myself I have this sack, and this is actually also from Release the Craftin', from one of her older kits. Possibly her winter kit. I can't remember. It's been a little while. If you've been watching, probably at some point I told you. These are my dyed papers, eco printing. We've got eucalyptus and oak there. Okay, we have a cluster here, and yep, okay, a page of my moths. I have my mothy girls here in the center, and okay. I also have now available, I don't know if I've made a video since I released it, but my Magical Moth kit is now available in my shop. It's extended larger even than what's going to be in this journal, because I created a few more pages for it. This kit took a long time because it was an awful lot of like watercolor painting, scanning, editing, kind of like sometimes when I make like a full kit, it takes forever because I'm just going back and making more changes a lot. I tend to do that. So, okay, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? So I said I wanted to use this. I also think I'd like to do something on here that's a little simple but fun. I like the idea of writing on this page very much. So I'm thinking what I'd like to do is take a large moth, maybe this one. Yeah, let's grab this. Or should I go with this one? There's already lots of yellow happening, but you know what? I like this one, and I think I just like the dots. And I'm going to apologize for my voice, friends. I have a head cold that is not the most fun, but you know, my children are tiny vectors, and I live with them, so yep. And as much as I've reconsidered my maternal instinct to just, you know, abandon them, no, I'm going to stick around and keep catching all their illnesses, because I like them and they're cool. So yeah, it is what it is. So tell me how you're doing. I am otherwise doing okay. I think I'll be happy to get outside a little bit today. I'm going to push myself even though I feel very tired and like I need lots of rest. I have to go out anyways because I have to get dog food for Toasty and Rex. I have to get some medicines because I've not been taking anything because I've run out of all the medicines. And I need to get food. My apologies. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have this cold for a few more days. I'm gonna try to film when I can though. Like I feel like I want to work on stuff, but you know, I've really got to push myself to make myself rest. I think a lot of us creatives, I know for me, it's like your mind is always working on what you want to do, right? Your projects and things, right? So it's hard to actually rest, but there are times where, you know, we really need to just stop, rest, sleep, close your eyes. 'Cause I find doing artwork very, very relaxing. And I mean, whether it's on paper here or it's even digital, I love to crawl into bed with my iPad and just do some fun, you know, sketching and designing and things. All of it for me, I find it very relaxing. But it's not the same for your brain and body as it is actually sleeping and you know. But I did get a decent night's sleep last night because my husband, it's a Friday, it's Saturday as I'm filming this, but Friday night, my husband, he looked after the kids, including their sleep, all their sleep routine and, you know, being there for them. And he's like, you know what, just go to our bed, close the door and lock the door because the kids will try to come in and be with you in the night. And it's true. They like to crawl into bed with me. It's just what has happened for some time now. They've gotten into that kind of routine. For the longest time it had stopped, but like now it's kind of starting up again. And I mean, it's okay. I like having them there, but I also think I definitely lose too much sleep because they are a little wild to sleep with. Kids move so much in the night. So I do think I'd like to put some kind of a pocket of sorts on here. And I still need to use something from here. Yeah, I want to cut these things out and use like this and this for sure. I also found this from the original book and I'd like to moth it up a little and do something fun with that. So the lantern, that could be quite a cute pocket on that page, actually. I like that without it needing a whole lot. It's quite cute. Yeah, I think I might go with that. And I may also add a specimen to it from this, which is just brilliant to have these bits here to be able to play with. And I will totally understand if my sniffly, snarfly voice is too much for you today and you need to go do something that's not listen to me. I get it. I had questioned whether or not I should film my work today, but I just wanted to. And with this journal, you know, I'm trying to do this as a make-along, which is surprisingly tough. I'm surprised at how I've struggled with just doing an end-to-end make-along. And, you know, I think a big part of who I am as a artist is someone who likes to scroll away and just like let the work take over and not even say a whole lot. Just, even if I have something playing in the background, unless it's like an audiobook that kind of captures my brain, I really just go into the work. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's surely what happens. I just get a little lost in my creative process. Okay, quick little hand wash and things so that I'm not spreading any germs around. I've been, you know, working on keeping my hands washed and moisturized, like, because that's the thing. Winter, you get dry hands anyways, but I'm trying not to like over dry wash my hands so much they get super dry, because that is another problem of winter. I need a little, I just want to grab a little book spine here. I think I want to glue this on to a piece of book spine rather than directly on there. And then I'm going to just clip off that piece of book spine. Got this lovely birch bracelet from my Mary Ellen over here too that's hanging out in my bin. Just going to chip off a little bit of the glue on this book spine. I don't know where I've put my trash bowl. Where I would do it so you could see on camera, but I don't want the little bits of glue going everywhere. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Now, this here, and do I have my stapler? Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I quite like that pocket there. So let's do that. Okay. Oops, extra glue there. And then this page itself, I think I would like to just take it out for a moment. It needs some grunging up. It's far too white. So let's just grab this distress ink. Oh, I need to actually affix that to the pocket. I didn't do that somehow. Oh, the staple did not go all the way through. I guess because the book spine's just a little thick. I did not even think of that. That's quite a thick little piece. So let's just glue, glue, glue. There we go. That's better. Turn this around. Okay. Making this journal is making me really want to go to the Natural History Museum in Washington, D.C., the Smithsonian Museum. It's one of my favorite museums. It's been a few years since I've gone, and I would like to get back there. I always love going through and seeing all of the, especially their large stone and fossil collection. They have some incredible fossils of the most ornate and beautiful seaweeds that are very botanical in nature. Like, they look very botanical, and I love seeing them. They also have a really beautiful gift shop if you're, you know, a collector of such kinds of like specimens. It's quite nice. So this pocket, we need to find something to go inside. Now I do want to use this, but I don't think that will fit in that pocket. Potentially one thing I'll use will be this little Master of Escape. The worst enemy of the garden tiger moth is the bat, which couldn't care less for the coloring warnings when chasing it during the night. However, our moth is not short of resources. It bears on both sides of its body a special auditory organ, sensitive to the ultrasounds emitted by its chasing predator. As soon as it senses the signal, the moth's flight pattern becomes erratic and spasmodic, and when it falls to the ground, if that is not sufficient, it then resorts to the ultimate weapon, 2 tympani on the abdomen, enabling it to produce powerful clicks. These are very close in intensity to those emitted by the bat, which then becomes completely disoriented by this phantom echo. Okay, so we'll cut that out. I like to include these little snippets of information in journals. I think that they really add a bit of uniqueness to your theme of your journal. And then while I'm here, I might as well cut this out as we're on this page. And this will be one less giant piece of paper that I've got hanging out in the project box for this project. There we are. And I may also take out this little snapshot, because that'll be useful. Okay, so I think this could go in here, but it needs something more. It needs to either become like a larger piece, or we need a larger piece to go with it. Let me take a quick look once more here. This I do really like, but I don't know. I think it may be ever so slightly too large for this. I can certainly bring it down a little smaller, so it might be fine. Why don't we give that a try? Because I think those two things together would look very nice. Grab my ruler. We'll just not tear the journal, but just this paper. I try not to work on the folio itself. I sometimes do that. Okay, so I'd like to tear, I think. I'm going to try to do this actually with the ruler. So that I don't tear too wildly here. Yeah, so hopefully you have already started to tune in to Shabby Creep. I think it's going to be amazing. Priscilla of Release the Craftin', she already has done the first of the like the kickoff day, and she made the most wonderful pieces. I just really like feel the aesthetic so much, and I like what she's doing with it. So yeah, check it out, because you won't be disappointed. It's really cool. It's a nice yellow piece. Let's put that on as backing for this paper. Where is my glue stick? There it is. Oopsies. It's gonna be time to have a new glue stick soon. Okay. There we go. And then I'll also back this little Master of Escape piece. And then I think a little bit of this lacy leftover bits here. I might use some lace on these. probably should have torn together, but it's okay. I think what I'll do is just do my sort of scissors jaggedy thing that I do, where I just kind of push and drag the scissors, and we cut little jiggly jaggedy bits. And go carefully around there. Perfect. Okay. Done. Let's just give that a little press and flatten. And then, a little inking. Where is, there it is. Just ink this edge. Yeah, so the other kits that Release the Craftin has released are, there's one that is, I think, like rats and mice, and one is insects, and I may be forgetting one. I seem to recall, am I hallucinate? Bats, I think, yes. You should check them out. Just check out her shop. They're all there now, and they're really, really good. They're really nice, and they're very different. And I think, honestly, I am feeling so refreshed seeing her put some kits out, because I know she's taken a little step back from doing full-on journal kits at the moment, for various reasons. But I've got to tell you, from my perspective, these days I've been, looking for, I'm working on different journals, and I always look for journal kits that are relevant to a theme that I've come up with, so I can add additional assets into my kits. And I have to say, Etsy, going through Etsy these days is just frustrating as possible, because it is just awash in the worst, most cutesy, like overly yucky looking AI that I have ever seen. Like, it's hurting my brain to go on Etsy and try to find things right now. So I've honestly, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I've been going into my books like crazy these days. I'm not even looking at digital assets a whole lot. Like, I've been working on my kitchen journal. I went into my library and I've got this cool book. Like, I'm returning to from whence I came a little bit, but I still appreciate digitals. But I need a little bit less content farm on Etsy. And I truly hope they start to address that as an issue, because I just don't like seeing handmade marketplaces become awash in, essentially stolen IP. I just can't. And I know I don't really talk much about, like, I have my ideas. I'm currently writing a bit of a thesis on, not a bit, an actual thesis on AI. Oh, I'm still too chunky. I gotta go off a little bit here. Let me fix that. But it keeps changing, and like most times when you're writing a thesis, it's gonna take you like forever to, develop how you feel. And it's a lot of mental gymnastics, I think, that people are doing about AI these days. But the biggest problem for me, well, maybe not the biggest. The biggest is how these generation tools are populated with, people's art that they don't consent to. And I think that a lot of people, including even a lot of artists, are trying to compare this to like the camera or the internet, as though it is the same kind of concept of change, which in fact it isn't. It's much more complicated. We're going to see AI cause probably some of the next decade's biggest issues, I think, as it relates to things like, we hear deep fake, that term in the media. But even our government, I'm part of a focus group that receives these sort of these very long surveys from the Canadian government, that they have focus groups of different kinds to answer to the questions. And even they've started asking questions about, what do you feel your risk is of encountering, like anything in the world of AI where your internet security could be impacted. And I mean, I also have a job working in security in the financial industry, so I am no stranger to these things and how they can be easily created going forward to make it easy for people to steal your money, to steal your information, your data, etc. And I don't think enough of the risk around what AI can do is being illuminated right now, because there's too many benefits. Like, it's not to say that AI has no use, but I read this thing recently that was like, the saying was, why is AI not doing the tedious things for the creatives rather than the creative things for the tedious people, and it's like, yes, that's what it is, right? AI should be cleaning or, organizing or doing something I don't feel like doing, not trying to replace my work. But, all of that being said, I hope that you are starting to train your eye a little bit to what you're seeing, even if it's your choice to use it. That's fine. There's nothing I'm saying here that should limit your creative choices in any way. If you really like something, that's fine. But just think about it a little bit, because it's not free of its problems. And I think if you are unaware of what I'm talking about, I do want to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what it means to say Etsy specifically as a content farm, or as a host for content farms. So if you're seeing shops that are popping up out of nowhere and suddenly they just have hundreds of listings, or you're seeing listings, like say you're looking for a picture of Santa and there's a listing with 50 different, very magical looking pictures of Santa. They're not vintage. They're not from a copyright-free kind of old source. They're newly created paintings that just came from nowhere. They're just there. But there's like 50 of them. So, when a lot of these AI tools create things, it generates multiple iterations of the same prompts. So you say, I want a Santa wearing a golden hat with a cat in his lap. You're going to get like 4, 6 of those pictures. You choose which one you want to keep working with, and you can, in 2 seconds, you can keep editing it to make it different, to make it better. So that's essentially what these people do. And they don't even edit anything. They download those 4 images, those 6 images that come out of the tool. Then they throw them on a piece of digital copy, and they keep going until they've got 50. They package it up on an Etsy listing and they've sold it, so that's the thing. And what annoys me is, like, when I'm going through looking for something, creative, I can't find what I'm looking for. And half of the reason is because of all the noise that these large, content farms are putting out there. Another indicator is if you see shops that create constant listings, like every couple days they've got another one, or they've got 3 more a week or something, and they offer, my whole entire shop for $40 or something, probably that is not their work. That is, AI work. So it's just stuff to think about. The other thing too is that, like, I don't know, it's causing so many waves and ripples in the publishing industry and the illustration industry. There's just, it's a lot to keep up with. But for me, the biggest annoyance right now is just trying to find, like, unique work for books that I'm working on, where I want, I don't want to have to do all the design work myself, all the digital work. I want to, that's what I really enjoyed about digital creation and having all these, digital designers, is that, like, when you're building a book concept, making a book is not a small amount of work at all, as you can tell as we sit here together making this one, and I spend 5 entire minutes simply inking pages. You can imagine the time that goes in, you know, many days and days, weeks, often hundreds of hours sometimes into these books. So, yeah, I would like it if I could find assets that were unique and made by someone whose work I like and I can continue to appreciate. I'm trying to decide if I like this better. I think I like it better like this with that behind them rather than the moth page. I think it just mixes up a little nicer. So yeah, I'm going to go with them in there. I want to leave that page alone. Over here, do I want to put something down here? Maybe like another little pocket. I've got 3 nice writing pages there. I might just mix this up a little in between here. Yeah, I like that better because then there's not 3 specific writing pages together. Good. Okay. Let's make a pocket for down here. Some kind of a fun little... What I might use, I think, is some of this. I just have to back it onto a bit of paper. So I just have to measure it across here. About to there. But yeah, I have been struggling with finding the things I'm looking for. But, I mean, good news is it gets me right back into all my books again, and I'm not printing as much, and that's a nice thing. Okay. Let's get rid of that page. We'll just glue this down to this book page to give it a little strength. Oh, and I also, you know, while I'm here, I need to do a couple things. So, I need to catch up on my ending my February journal. I need to add a couple things in here. So today is actually, what day is it?
Aloha. What animal sound would you like to hear? Here comes a mouse.
Oh my goodness. Let's turn her off. Goodness me. She is a little annoying. Okay. March. There we are. Now, we've got to go back to the 29th. So, back on the 29th, the 28th actually, I saw my first robin, my first spring robin, and I want to remember that. And then I saw, I'm just going to add here, Ron Sexsmith, because I went to a Ron Sexsmith concert on the 29th and it was wonderful. And now as I move into March, I need to add that the day of the week today is Saturday, and what is the date? The 2nd. I am recording this, so Saturday is the 2nd, which means Friday was the 1st, and yesterday I saw my first local swan, and that's lovely. So yeah, I just need to record those firsts before I forget in my journal of firsts. I have so much journaling to catch up on. I'm going to try to do that this weekend. I would like to provide you an update on this journal that I've been working on. I have so many videos and things that I'm a little behind on because of this plague upon my house that seems to just wither on, which will hopefully be gone. That could be quite cute there too. Let's move this over here and see. Yeah, that's really pretty paper. Yeah, that would look neat, I think. also have a lot of scanning I need to do. I just got a really beautiful, you'll see it on Thursday, a really beautiful collection of antique photography, vintage photography. Okay. I'll add it closer to the edge, because then I'll be able to have the space for this here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And I just need to make sure there's no glue back here. There's not. Okay, good. Don't want to glue this down to the front where the pocket isn't. And I can put a little glue on this corner because that'll be stuck down. Okay. Done and done. Okay, so we need something to go into this pocket, and I don't know. I might need to. I'm thinking about going and printing a few pages of my Magical Moth kit that I haven't included in here. This I want to work on maybe also next time. I have an idea for that. Work on that. Oh, this could be good. Oh, this could be very good. Yes, this is what I was looking for. This kind of piece for that pocket. Because I don't want something like quote unquote realistic. I want something like watercolor. Like this is a watercolor. So that is what I want for in here. So I just want to change the shape of it a little with my punch. Oh, and I need to cut the bottom. Okay. And we need an ink. I think perhaps purple would be nice. Cannot tell you how much I love these inks. They go on so perfect and soft and beautiful. Ice ink forever. Okay. Yeah, so that'll be a nice little add in here. Oh, and I know I mentioned I wanted to use a bit of lace on something here. That was over here, I think. Yes, with these. I think it would be good to have a little cluster of lace there. And I'm going to see if I can't just staple it on, because I really like the look of the staple. Get through, we did, oh perfect, yes. And then for this one, I want to do the same. I'll just take it out, that would be a little easier because the words are a little close to the edge there and I don't want to get the lace on top of them. Okay. Perfect. Okay, yes. That'll just kind of give it a little something more. Okay, and I like how the purple picks up the purple in these roses. And then this, I think I just want to add something kind of glue down like. And I'll probably just pull from these little moths that I've already fussy cut. Let's see what would work. Oh, that one. Yeah, let's go with that one. I like the colors. It's dreamlike. Maybe a little of this as well. So I'll tear a couple pieces of this paper, then let's just cover the back side here in glue. Right down here to the bottom so that we put those two flat lines together. And then I want my yellow, I need to move my phone out of the way. Okay. We will illuminate this with some yellow. Okay. Okay, and then here, and then I want to glue this piece down too. I just want it a little under the moth, that's why I didn't press it down quite yet. There we go. There. Fun, fun, fun. And then I think where I want to use this will be on the back of here. So I'm going to make a cool like little document. So first I think I just want to glue it down onto a backing paper. Okay. Is that wide enough? It should be. Yeah, it's just, yes. Perfect. Okay. All right, then, let's tear the excess paper off. And to decide how to cut this out. So I kind of like the idea of going around this on either side. And then down here, I don't know, let's just try to go with it here. It's going to be a little unusual in shape, and I think that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and kind of take some gouges out of it here and there to just give it like a tattery feel, because that'll change sort of the overall fact that it, you know, because of the text it had to be cut funny. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And then I'm going to come back to the kit from Release the Craftin', and I'm going to fussy cut these all out, I think, today. I want to use this. So first thing, yellow. I want this to have the feeling of like some kind of like a magical invitation or something, because it says for the sole attention of the pale dreamer, and I like that. And then we'll just kind of grunge it up a little, and we need to do the same with the back, but on a broader kind of spectrum here. And then there we go. And I need my scissors. So then what I want to do with these is come in and I'm going to fussy cut around them with their little label. The nice thing about these is that they fussy cut very easily. And we don't need the whole entire message on here, because this is kind of like a mysterious note, maybe. And you know, this digital would also be really nice to make your own if you're looking to make little Curiosa cabinet type like 3D art. These would be really great to use, you know, if you don't want to have to use real specimens. These scans are nice, and you could put little pins or brads in them to make a fun piece with those. Like a lot of people make those like shadow boxes. I know a lot of the Tim Holtz makers do a lot of that kind of shadow box stuff. These would be really great for that, to be honest. Okay, this one I'll put straight. And I think we need about one more. I'm going to go with this one. Set the others aside because I'm sure I will keep using them. I like moths, and it's funny, you know, we're doing this shabby creep collaboration because I feel like in the world of like shabby chic you see so many butterflies, but like moths are kind of that, you know, one step down from being a butterfly in a lot of people's eyes. Not mine. I actually like moths far more than I like butterflies. I find them way more interesting. But like it's kind of a good meet in the middle, shabby, creepy kind of thing. Okay, so I like that. Then I need just this little, where is it? Paper clip. And cut some of this lace off. I'm going to add a little ink on it, because why not? And then we'll just thread it on here. Probably to, yeah, this side. It's always easier to know how to do this paper clip when you actually put it on a piece of paper, so you know what needs to be left alone to do the clipping part. I'll tie this on here. Okay, so that will be able to stick out of the top of the book. Then, where's my signature, or my folio? Here it is. I will clip on here. Get rid of my lace, put it back in the bin. Like so. Okay, so I think that is a video for today on this moth journal, Magical Moth Journal. I think we did lots of fun stuff. Thank you so much, Priscilla, from Release the Craftin', for sending me your beautiful Moths in the Closet kit, because it really has reinvigorated my desire to work on this book. And yeah, I like where it's going so far. I'm happy with this signature. As I typically do, I'll probably come in, you know, afterward and add even more to it, because that's what I do. I just kind of keep going. So while I am still on camera, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to fussy cut this page out off camera, because you do not need to watch me cut that even in high speed. You know how to fussy cut. I may also cut the rest of Priscilla's kit out so that I have all the pieces ready to go for next time. So that is it for me for today. Thank you so much for joining me for another Moth Along, and until next time, take good care of yourself. Bye for now.